What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Town & Country TV. Today I'm in the second ever Black Widow F250 2017 model. If you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, you should consider subscribing. If you already have subscribed to our channel, you've probably already seen the video of the world's first Black Widow SuperDuty for the 2017 model that we did. Well, if you remember, at the very end of that video, we promised you a test drive on that truck. But that truck sold as soon as we got done with that video. Someone from Kentucky came down and bought that truck. So this is our second truck we've had built, and it is a really nice one. It's got a couple of different things compared to that other truck, a couple of features that one didn't even have. So this one is even bigger and better. So let's check it out. So as mentioned, this thing has a couple of different features the other one did not have, such as the first time we have ever sanded down the bumper and had it painted body color. We're just not really big fans of chrome. I know it still appeals to a certain group of people, but just not having chrome makes the truck look a lot better in our opinion. Now, we've sanded down and painted the bumpers, and also on the grill, you'll see the inner part, which is normally chrome, now has the painted ruby red, which looks really good. Now this truck also has the fender flares. The fender flares weren't available when we built that first one, but now Southern Comfort has them in stock and they're ready to go. So this truck is massive. It has a 6-inch lift with 37-inch tires, and the good thing about it is with that 6.7 liter diesel, you don't feel any kind of loss of power trying to pull those bigger tires, so there's no issue there. Now with it being this big though, you do lose a little bit of the turning radius. It's a little bit harder, or I would say a lot harder, to park this thing in your normal parking spot, just because it doesn't turn as sharp and it is a huge truck. The nice thing about it though, it has the power folding mirrors, and they are also power extendable, so you can also pull them in all the way, make it a little bit easier for you, but it's still not easy to park. So we're coming up on this 18-wheeler right now, and yeah, we're eye level with that truck. I hope that's showing in the frame, but that is crazy. That just goes to show you how tall this truck is. I'm 6'2", and it's still a pretty big job to get me in this truck. I gotta grab onto this handle, and it's not the easiest thing, but what makes it nice is those Ant Research power deployable running boards. They come down a lot further than your stock version, and they make it a lot easier. It'd be almost impossible to get in here without those running boards. So for as big as this truck is, I'm pretty impressed with the way it drives. Now, the Fabtech lift is a really nice lift. It's really smooth, going right at 70 miles per hour on the interstate. And I've drove a bunch of trucks that you have to absolutely keep both hands on the wheel and have to struggle to keep it within lanes. This thing, I can tell they professionally aligned it. They did everything the right way, because this truck just drives perfectly straight. There's nothing to it, and it's really easy to keep between the lines. Now, I know on back roads, on the smaller roads, it kind of gets kind of sketchy because you're sitting up so much higher off the road. It's kind of hard to see exactly where you are on the road, but I guess it's just a thing you get used to. I'm not used to driving a truck this massive. This is probably the biggest one I've ever drove. So if you're looking for something that's going to be easy to park in your Walmart parking lot, this truck is not going to do it for you. However, if you want to turn every head in that Walmart parking lot, this truck will do it. This thing looks incredible. And it really does stand out just the way it looks. I mean, there's not much out there like it, especially with it being a brand new body style. This is pretty much the only one you'll see for a long time. So as you can see right there on the screen, I reset the trip meter right when I got the truck from Southern Comfort, and right at about 40 miles in, averaged over 17 miles per gallon on the highway. So that is not bad considering 37-inch tires, 925 pound-feet of torque, very strong truck, and it still is not killing you on the gas mileage. I know these things aren't rated by the EPA, but it does get decent gas mileage. You really wouldn't expect it, and I bet if you put this on F250, it'd be terrible gas mileage, because the 37-inch tires are going to be a lot more of a strain on the engine to try to pull them around. You don't have that issue with all this power on the 6.7 liter Power Stroke. So just a little background on what Southern Comfort does to this truck. Of course, we get it in at the dealership, we pick a truck, send it off to Southern Comfort and tell them what we want done. On this truck, we had the 6-inch Fabtech lift, 37-inch tires, the 20-inch wheels from Southern Comfort, and we also have a couple of other add-ons added aftermarket. This is based off a Lariat. It's got the Black Widow headrest, it's got the fender flares, and it's got the painted front and rear bumpers. Just a couple of different things they do to the truck to make it very unique right out of the box. You buy this truck, you don't really need to do anything to it. It's already got everything that you could possibly want done to it, with the exception of an exhaust. But of course on a diesel, you do run into a couple of issues with emissions and stuff on the exhaust system. So as I mentioned, this vehicle is based off a Lariat, and it is absolutely loaded out, and I've driven about 87.7 miles so far from Southern Comfort to the Pell City store to now our Bessemer store, and I can tell you the luxury in this thing is awesome. When you're driving through traffic like this on the interstate, that BLIS, blind spot information system, it is just so convenient to have that little light blink up and tell you when someone's in your blind spot. Not only that, you also have the little bottom mirror that kind of shows you that someone's there anyway, but just have the comfort of that light there really does give me some peace of mind. Now, as you probably know, the new body style now integrates the BLIS into the trailer. So if you're pulling a trailer, it'll also shine back and show you about, I think, 15 feet back there if someone is in your way for the trailer as well. So a very convenient option. And just a couple other things I got going on. Got the heated seats, got the Sirius satellite radio, navigation. This thing is loaded. Now I can tell you one thing, it is a pretty wide truck and it doesn't seem like there's that much room on each side, and when you get along the road with a pretty close barrier, maybe a bridge that doesn't have an emergency lane, it gets kind of sketchy. So it is a pretty big truck, but like I said before, it stays on the road really nice and it doesn't really cause any problems there. It's just all mental stuff. So I don't know if you can see all these vehicles passing me, but there's an SUV. Here comes a Tacoma. This thing just towers over just about every normal vehicle, obviously because it's a 6-inch lift, but you can see it over the cars. It's kind of crazy. I've just never seen this perspective in a vehicle before. So even as I ease on up to about 75, 80 miles an hour, this truck is still very smooth, very manageable, and I'm really impressed with the way this truck handles. All in all, it's surprising that you're running on 37-inch tires. You really wouldn't even know it. And the nice thing about it is a lot of these tires, the mud tires, will give you a loud roar. These Toyos are not that loud. They're 37 by 1250, and they really, I mean, you can hear them, but they're not that loud, which is great. So I don't know if it's just the way this cab is insulated or what, but it just doesn't have much road noise. You can really hear yourself think, and it's a pretty peaceful ride for what it is, honestly. So now I'm finally pulling back up into Bessemer, and I can honestly say I don't really have anything bad to say about the truck other than the parking. It's just really hard to park. Other than that, it looks awesome, drives great for what it is. So I was kind of trying to decide if I would rather have this truck or the 2017 Raptor. It'd be a hard decision because this truck is awesome and very unique. Now the 2017 Raptor is, you might see more of those than this, but which one would you rather have? I'm just wondering. Leave some comments down below and give us your feedback there. So on this trip I went about 98.2 miles and it was almost 2 hours worth of driving, and I can say I'm just impressed with this truck. It is awesome. I averaged about 17.5 miles per gallon on the highway and some in the city, but not bad considering what you're getting. 37, huge, massive truck. No telling what it weighs. I mean, it's not meant to be lightweight, even though it is all aluminum now. So if you have any other questions about the truck, you can also check out our other video. We have a complete walk around that tells you a lot about it. This is more like a driving impression. Also, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't already. Give us a thumbs up, it really helps us out. And thank you for watching Town & Country TV.